Welcome to Seattle Side Up, Rave Green Magazine. We're here today to talk about all things Seattle Sounders. We have on the line with us Ian Loney and Rich Michelson, and now with our host, Abraham DeWeese.
Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of the Rave Green Magazine. We're going to talk a little bit about the international signings last couple weeks actually. We're going to talk also a little bit about today's game here on Sunday, August the 16th. Did I get that right, guys? Was it the 16th? Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Hey, I know what day it is. All right, guys, you guys are the biggest soccer fans I know. Ian Loney, Rich Michelson, I want to hear about your impression of today's game.
It was a royal ass kicking for the ages.
And it's good to see him back.
In that it was the Sounders kicking people's asses instead of the other way around, which is what's going on for the last 9 weeks. The dire days are over. It's awesome.
I sent a tweet. I said the Sounders have declared war on the MLS, and that's what it looked like.
Yeah, I think they're done messing around. I think the international signings were phenomenal. Obviously, getting Eric Freeberg back, he was unbelievable today.
Oh my God!
Oba should have had a hat trick if he didn't flub that penalty.
He's still got 2 goals.
Good to have him back. Still had a brace. The team looked like they were out for blood the entire game. Never let up for a second.
Well, they even scored a goal in extra time at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
No quarter. So, Ian, you really liked the return of Obafemi Martins.
Yes.
Rich, besides Obafemi, who's your main guy? Who's the guy that kicked all this off?
I mean, there are so many contributors here, but what I've got to say is that Roman Torres coming in and stepping into that back line, he looked impeccable. He looked like as perfect as I could have thought of a partner for, for Chad Marshall. I mean, he was calm, he was collected. There didn't seem to be any communication issues. He passed the ball well, and he got an assist on that 4th goal, by the way. It was a long ball straight from him to Tomas. That's 2 international signings, 2 of our transfers this season connecting for a goal. And I got to tell you how critical. I know that Brad Evans, there were reports that he was all disgruntled about moving around the pitch, and I get that. He's like our Mark McLemore, and he doesn't really like it, like that he's so versatile. But he had Kaká in his back pocket. I saw a tweet at halftime. It was hilarious. I just bust out laughing. My wife's looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, Brad Evans is taking one of the world's best soccer players and shutting him down and making him look ordinary.
Well, let's talk about Brad Evans for a second. Ian, Brad Evans moves from that right back position to midfield. What do you think about that? Because he's taken Papa's position.
Well, I think that, frankly, the central midfield, apart from Alonso, has been awful for the last 2 months. I think that anything that can be done there to improve it is a good thing. And I think Brad Evans, anywhere you put him on the pitch, he is going to be a contributor. And I think, I know he, like you said, I know he doesn't like it a whole lot, but the fact of the matter is he's good wherever you want to put him, and he should continue to be wherever he needs to be.
Rich, Gareth Lagerwey, the new GM for the Sounders, is he the guy that we give the credit to for bringing all these international signings?
No, we need to give it to Adrian Hanauer. He's the one that kind of got the wheels moving. And I actually listened to a great interview on the Sounder at Hearts podcast, and it was an interview with Garth Lager. It was like 45 minutes. It's great. It's fantastic. It's in my preview article. I highly recommend it. But one of the things he pointed out was that his predecessor did a lot of, meaning the owner, Adrian Hanauer, did a lot to set the table, and he just executed on that, which is exactly what I want a GM to. Don't mess stuff up. He's smart enough to come in, not ruffle a lot of feathers, just kind of keep the ball rolling. And he made a great point about all these acquisitions. This is not baseball, right? In baseball, you're doing win now, meaning you're giving away the future to win now. All they did was spend the owner's money.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
Yes.
I have no problem with that at all.
Ian, got a question for you about this Valdez, the forward. He replaced Clint Dempsey. Have you heard of this gentleman? He looked fantastic.
Well, Valdez, I mean, he played better part of 10 years in the Bundesliga between Borussia Dortmund and Werder Bremen. So yeah, he's been around a long time. He's a good player.
But for the average MLS fan, the ones who don't necessarily watch international soccer, I was taken aback by how much better he was than all of the Orlando City players.
Well, again, I mean, he's played in a much higher league for a long time. Even though he wasn't a superstar over in the Bundesliga or anything, just like Dempsey wasn't a superstar over in England. But you bring them over to MLS and they're just unstoppable. They're like men amongst boys, and I think that'll continue.
Head and shoulders above.
I got to tell you about some just early interchanges in the first 5-6 minutes right after kickoff. I'm watching the ball being passed back and forth between Oba. He's kind of leading the charge. I mean, he's definitely making a case for being our MVP for the year. Mm-hmm. His return, all of a sudden, everything clicks back into place. But the chemistry between him and Valdez and Lamar Nagel, who has been a punching bag for Sounders fans the last 2 months. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, he was back in his number 3-man role, which he is fantastic at. He's like that number 3 receiver that can beat the crap out of the number 3 cornerback, and you don't have an answer for. But when you try to put him up against the number 1 guy, he gets just torched. Yeah. He's that guy.
Very good.
He's Doug Baldwin.
Yeah, basically he's Doug Baldwin. You got it.
Excellent. I've got a question for you guys. Before we sign off here, when do we get to see the David Beckham of Austria? When do we get to see Andreas Ivanisic?
I think sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I think you get to see him in...
Will we see him Wednesday for Olympia?
Wednesday, probably.
Okay. Well, this is exciting stuff. Well, Ian, Rich, thank you for joining us this week. This is the Rave Green Magazine on Seattle Side Up TV. Remember to like us on Facebook. Remember to check our Twitter feeds. And we'll see you next